Lay down on the mat as usual. Knees bent if you have any tension on the spine. Otherwise, legs straight and rolled outward, whichever is more comfortable for you. Roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky. Keep the shoulder blades as much as you can flat onto the ground. And allow them to just glide gently toward the waist. Pull the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen your spine, your old spine. Close your eyes and allow your body to soften. Feel your body relaxing. Let them go. Every part of your body can relax. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let that sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back. The muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins, relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? And if both moves, which one moved first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation, small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle: inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. There to observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Deeper and deeper. Allow your body to expand more and more with every breath. Observe the rib cage expanding, the ribs moving away from each other with every inhalation. Observe the belly moving. Allow your belly to move freely And breathe deeper and deeper with every breath. Become aware of the muscles of your belly and chest, moving in order to allow more air into your lungs. Observe the tension rising at the end of the inhalation around your ribcage. Become aware of every small movement, every small feeling, and breathe deeper and deeper with every breath. Starting from your next breath, inhale as deep as you can, outside of your comfort zone. Feel the tensions and then hold your breath at your maximum capacity. Hold your breath, and while holding your breath, relax the muscles of your belly and of your chest, and observe the feelings changing. Stay there just for a brief moment, and then release, exhale. And then again, inhale as deep as you can. Fill up your lungs at your maximum. And then hold your breath. While holding your breath, relax your belly and your chest. Observe the feelings. And again, inhale as deep as you can. Fill up your lungs completely at your maximum capacity. Hold your breath, and while holding your breath, relax your belly and your chest. Observe the feelings, different feelings. Then exhale and go back to a normal breath. Observe your breath becoming lighter and lighter, more and more silent. Now inhale deeply. Exhale completely. You can both exhale from the nose or from the mouth, if it's easier for you. Once that you have your lungs at your maximum emptied, hold your breath. And there too, relax your belly and your chest. Observe the feelings and then inhale again. Exhale completely, the more that you can. It's just a brief moment, so don't be afraid of that. Just exhale at your maximum. Once that you have your lungs completely emptied at your maximum, hold your breath and relax both belly and the chest. Observe the feelings just for a brief moment. And then again, inhale. One more time. Exhale completely. Hold your breath. Relax your belly and your chest. Inhale. Now we're going to do it 3 more times. Emptying the lungs, holding your breath, and while holding your breath, at the very first moment, you relax both belly and chest, but then you bring the diaphragm up, like you want to inhale, but without allowing the air entering your body. You can both doing it just closing your glottis, or if it's difficult for you, you can close your nostrils and your mouth and bring in the diaphragm up. 3 times. Inhale. Exhale completely. Hold your breath, relax your belly, and then bring the diaphragm up. By creating a sort of vacuum on your belly. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Hold your breath, relax your belly, your chest, and then bring the diaphragm up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale completely. Hold your breath. Relax your belly, your chest, and then bring the diaphragm up. Release. And go back to a normal breath, not controlled. Allow your breath to become more and more subtle. And observe that now the body moves just a tiny bit. Now, still keeping this really light breath. Lengthen just a tiny bit the pause between the exhalation and the inhalation without stressing your body. So as soon as you feel some tension rising, step back. Just lengthen this pose, but keep it easy, keep it soft, keep it comfortable. And while holding the breath at the end of the exhalation, in this comfortable way, observe the feelings of peace, of calmness. Even if it's just 1 second, become aware of those pleasant feelings. Last moments. Gently bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand. Sit up. Sit in a comfortable position. You can also sit over a bolster or pillows, blocks, whatever is comfortable for you. If you have your legs crossed, Keep your hands over the knees. Lift the sternum. Move the shoulder blades down. And create small circles with your head, both on one side, just to wake up those vertebrae. And also on the other side. Okay, now create small circles with your shoulders, but focusing on the bringing down the shoulders, not bringing them up. Just circles with your shoulders, but focusing on bringing down the shoulders. Also on the other side. Okay, now create circles with your lumbar spine. First on one side, and then on the other side. Now, create a spiraling action from the coccyx up through the spine till your head. So the movement starts on your, actually on your lumbar spine, but move the whole spine till your head. Gently, not overdoing, but still keeping it, keeping the movement fluid, soft, easy. Turn also on the other side. Okay, now inhale, and when you inhale, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, and look higher than your eye level. Exhale, when you exhale, round your spine and look down. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. If you are in a cross-legged position, you can also use the hands, putting the hands in front of the knees and going deeper into this movement. When you inhale, tilt your hip forward, push the chest forward, but the shoulder is back. Exhale, round your spine and look down. 2 more times. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. Leave the sternum and turn to the right. Put your left hand outside of your right leg. If you have your leg cross-legged, then you can put it also over the knees. If you are seated on your heels, you can put it just outside of the leg. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, roll the right arm outward gently. Push the thumb to the left and the hands toward the ground. Look behind you, 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center and change side. Put your right hand outside of your left leg, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Twist. Roll the left arm outward, push the thumb to the right, the hands toward the ground, and look back. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center. Now, put your feet a little bit wider than your hips, but not too wide. Put your hands behind your buttocks, but with the fingers pointing to the side. So not behind, but pointing to the side. Okay. Inhale. With the exhalation, lift your hips. Squeeze your butt. 3 breaths. Don't allow your head to drop down, but keep it aligned with the spine. And down again. Okay. Now, lift your feet, grab your legs, and stay in balance. If you're comfortably balanced, allow your head to move toward the chest and close your eyes. Stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the third, lift your head. Grab with your right hand, cross your legs. Grab with your right hand your left feet. Leave the sternum, straighten your right leg. So actually you can use the left leg to support the right leg. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Hilda is just the similar. Ruth, you're perfect. Just grab your your left feet with your right hand under the right leg. Okay. Go back to center. Now, cross your legs, but cross it with your right leg under the left leg. Okay. Now, grab with your left hand the right feet. Right feet. Feet. This. Okay. Ruth, you have to have the right leg over the, the left leg over the right one. And then you straighten the left leg. So you're something like this. You already did it. You did it on the other side. It's exactly the same that you did on the other side. Okay. Stay there. And back to center. Now, lift the sternum. Put your arms in cactus pose and twist to the right. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, change side. Twist to the left. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, to the center. Cross your legs. Sit in a cross-legged position. Hands over the knees, create circles with your spine and hips. Turn also on the other side. Okay, now we're gonna use the 2 blocks. I'm gonna start with an easy, kind of easy position. So you're almost creating a sort of T shape with the 2 blocks. The first one is perpendicular to the line of the mat. The other one is parallel to the long side of the mat. I want you to put your sacrum over the first block. The second block in a flat position, so in the lower position, not in the middle one, but in the lower position, is just supporting the spine till the upper part of your shoulder blades. But the neck is completely free, you see? Neck and shoulders are completely free to go down toward the ground. And that's what we're gonna do. Allow the head and the shoulders to go down toward the spine. Since the block is not in the middle or in the higher position, I don't think you will need a support for your head, but if you feel tension on your neck and you feel that your neck to touch the ground have to tilt back, then put a folded blanket under your head in order to keep the cervical spine long. Keep the hands over your belly. But the head is down toward the ground. The shoulders are close to the ground. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders, like you want to lengthen even more your spine. Now push gently with your feet against the ground to tilt your hip gently back and push the spine, the whole spine, toward the block. Stay there. 2 breaths. The end of the third breath. Interlace the hands behind your occiput. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Look at your knees. Stay there, activating your abdominal muscles. And really gently, vertebra per vertebra, go down again. As soon as you touch the ground, come back up. So lift your head, shoulders. And one more time, go down. And up again. When you reach your maximum, put your hands down on the ground and lift your body. Okay. Now we're going to do exactly the same but with the blocks in the middle position. So now I want you to listen to the messages of your body. If you already used a folded blanket, then keep this position, keep the lower position. If you want to try, if you didn't have tension on the lumbar spine, on the cervical spine, and you want to try, just put it in the middle position. It is exactly the same. If you feel that the cervical spine is not long enough, you can either put a folded blanket under your occiput, or you can go back to the previous version. Up to you to find the version good for you. I want you to feel the opening of your chest, but I don't want you to feel the stress on your cervical spine and also on your lumbar spine. So to enter the position, you simply lift your hips and put the sacrum over the first block. Then you go on your elbows. So going on your elbows will allow your body to adjust the block without stressing too much. The block in between the shoulder blades don't have to cover the shoulders and the neck. The shoulders and neck are free to go down toward the ground. The back of the head is down to the ground, and the cervical spine is long. Like we did before, put your hands on the side of your belly in order not to stress too much the shoulders, the front shoulders. Keep on pushing the back of the head away from the shoulders. Push gently with your feet against the ground to tilt your hip backward and push the lumbar spine down to lengthen the old spine. Push the back of the head away from the shoulder. If it's too much, you can always go back to the previous position. Stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, still keeping this position, straighten your arms up to the sky. Keep the movement of the feet against the ground constant in order to keep the spine long. And now, focusing on your shoulders. If you feel any tensions on the joint, step back. Otherwise, really gently move the hands toward the ground. Keep the arms completely straight. When you reach your maximum, whichever it is, stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, come back up. Now, again, listening to the messages of your body. Put your arms in cactus pose. And keeping the forearm parallel to the ground, allow the forearm to move down toward the ground. It can touch or not. This is not important. It's the path which is important. Keep on pushing the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen the cervical spine. Now interlace the hands behind your occiput. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Go to your maximum and stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go down. Vertebra per vertebra. And as soon as you touch the ground, lift your head again. You can move the two elbows closer to each other so it will be maybe even easier. And down again. Millimeter per millimeter. Don't be fast. And again, lift your head, shoulders, activate your abdominal muscles, stay there. Now put your arms down on the ground and lift your body. Get out of this position, push with the elbows, come up, okay. Now, cross-leg position again. Put your hands over your knees. Create circles, starting from the lumbar spine and spiraling up through the spine until your head. Soft movement. Turn also on the other side. Okay, good. Good. Now, tabletop position. Keep your hands right under your shoulders. Move the belly in. Move the right hand forward, just a tiny bit. Okay, and now slide the left arm under the right arm and go all the way down to the ground. Come back up. And on the other side, slide the right arm under the left arm, go all the way down. And come up. Slide the left arm under the right arm again. Go all the way down, shoulder down. Put your right arm up to the sky if it's not too hard for you. Otherwise, you can put it on your waist or keep it down to the ground. Now change again. So put your right hand down on the ground, push. Slide the right arm under the left one, go all the way down. Lift your left arm up if it's not too hard for you. Otherwise, you can put your hands on your waist or down to the ground. And then now put your left hand down on the ground, push. And sit on your heels. Lean back. Belly in. Feel the stretch on your thighs. And feel the knees maybe still touching the ground, but lightly. Come back vertical. Now, roll the arms inward and grab with your left hand, grab your right wrist. Keep in this position. Turn to the right. Look behind you, 3 breaths. Begin a little bit back, Ruth. Okay, not too much. Back to center. Change the hands. So now with the right hand, you grab the left wrist, and turn to the left. Look behind, 3 breaths. And back. Put your hands on the waist. Create circles starting on your hips and moving up through the spine. You'll reach your head. Turn also on the other side. Okay. Lift your buttocks. Move the 2 knees wider. Belly in. Squeeze your butt. Lean back. And come back. Lean back. And come back. Don't arch your spine. Keep the spine straight. So squeeze your butt. Activate your abdominal muscles. And without arching the spine, lean back. And back to center. Okay. Move up. Widen your legs. Okay. Widen your legs. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Now, move the hands toward the feet. So activate your arms. Keep it like a robot. And keeping the arms completely straight, completely active, with the tip of your fingers pointing down toward the feet. Now, I want you to tilt your hip forward, still keeping the arms completely active. So now they're pointing back. Keep the arms as much as you can active. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Keep the arms and the chest parallel to the ground. Activate your thighs. The legs are active. 3 breaths. And come back up. Relax your arms. Hands on the waist. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Tilt your hip forward. Activate your legs, thighs especially. Go all the way down to your maximum, keeping the spine straight. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd, come back up. Now, move the 2 feet together, like in Dandasana. Big toes touching, heel gently apart. Keeping the feet in this position, roll the legs inward. Tilt the hip forward. Keep on rolling the legs inward. Legs straight, legs straight. Okay. Roll the legs simply inward, but the legs are straight. Go to your maximum and stay there. Keep on rolling the legs inward. Legs active and inward. And come back up. Still keeping the feet in Tadasana position. So with the big toes touching and heels gently apart. Now I want you to roll the legs outward and do exactly the same. Tilt your hip forward. And I want you to feel the difference. Keep on rolling the legs outward, outward, outward. And come back up. Now, roll it again inward. Like we did before, but I wanted to add another movement without moving the feet. So the feet is, I'm gonna say in Tadasana position, big toes touching, heels gently apart. I wanted to move the two legs away from each other. So just pushing the legs out. Still rolling the leg inward. I know there are several things to do. I know, but you can do it. So hands on the waist. Roll the legs inward and push the two legs out. Tilt your hip forward. Keep on rolling the legs inward. Keep on pushing the legs out. And go all the way down to your maximum. Don't compromise those movements. So keep on rolling the legs inward. Keep on moving the two legs out. Last moments. And gently come back up. Okay, now widen your leg again. And create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side. And on the other side. Okay, now move the hips to the right and left, right and left, right and left, right and left. While doing so, just observe. Observe the feelings. Observe how this movement activates muscles around your hips. So become aware. And become aware also that when you tilt your hip right and left, the legs roll gently inward and outward to help this movement. So it's not just the movement of your hips, but it's also a gentle movement of your legs, rolling inward and outward, inward and outward. So become aware of all those small feelings. Okay, roll the right leg outward, left leg inward, and keep on moving the hips. Allow the hips to move to the right and left, right and left, right and left. Allow also the movement, the hips, to roll inward and outward just a tiny bit in order to deepen this movement. If you keep the hip completely squared, the movement is really short, it's really small, but allow the hips to deepen. So actually, in this moment, my hips is not parallel to the long side of the mat, but it's a little bit to the side, like a big line from the top right angle to the bottom left one is more aligned to this line. Yes, exactly. Okay. Now, stop the movement when your right hip is as low as you can. Keeping the hip tilted to the right. Allow the chest to move down. Put your right hand inside of your right leg. Move the left shoulder back. Lift the sternum. So when you lift the sternum, the two shoulders move back and lift your left arm up. If there's an tension on your neck, then turn your head and look up to the sky. Push the big toes down, both big toes down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back up. On the other side. Roll the left leg outward, right leg inward. And start moving your hips again. Allowing the hips to go deeper in this movement as much as you can. As deep as you can. Now stop the movement when you have the left side of your hips as much as you can down to the ground. Okay, keep the sternum lifted already. Allow the left hand to move down right inside of your left leg. Push the 2 big toes down. Move the right shoulder back. Both you can keep your right hand on the waist if you want to. Lift the sternum, so both shoulders will move back. If you have no tension on the right shoulder, then lift your right arm up. If you have no tension on the neck, turn your head to look up. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third breath, come back up. Okay. Now, right leg forward, left leg back. Not too far away from each other. Roughly 1 meter, no more than that. Put your hands on the waist. Keep your hips as much as you can squared. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Roll the legs inward. Push the big toes, both big toes down to the ground. Tilt your hip forward. And stop with your spine parallel to the ground. Keep on pushing the big toes down. Keep on rolling the legs inward. Now, turn your torso to the right. Put your left hand outside of your right leg and use the right hand to help twist. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back up. Good. On the other side, so left leg forward, right leg back. Push the big toes down. Roll the legs inward. Keep your hips squared. Tilt your hip forward without compromising the position of the hips. Pay attention on that. Keep on pushing the big toes down. Stay there. Don't rush into the pose. Stay there. Now turn your torso to the left. Put your right hand outside of your left leg and use that to help twist. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, Come back to center. And back to Tadasana. Close your eyes and get deeper into the feelings. So when you close your eyes, still keeping the Tadasana position, go deeper into the feelings. We just used some muscles of your legs, and the muscles of your legs are strong. So you may feel that you use them. Become aware. Become aware also of the emotions. Emotions are not super easy to spot at the beginning. And that's why we have to keep on asking ourselves about feelings, about the emotions, what those positions gave us, not just on a physical level, but on something deeper. So become aware of all those feelings. Okay. Close your eye, open your eyes. Now I want you to take the blocks. We're gonna do something in a certain way more challenging, but that's why we have the blocks, so we can be helped. The starting position is almost the same that we just did. So we just did this. Now we're gonna do it with a block. So the hand will be more supported and we can focus a little bit more on twisting the torso. So you're gonna feel more stretch in this area on the leg. If you feel stable enough, well, doesn't seem to be stable today. If you feel stable enough, then you can lift the arm up to the sky. This is the first position that we're gonna do. Then we're gonna keep on adding. So right leg forward, left leg back. Put the actually one block just outside of your right feet, in contact with your right feet. Hands on the waist, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Keep the legs active. Tilt your hip forward. Keep the right thigh strong. When you reach your the parallel with the torso, put your left hand over the right block and put your fingers pointing to the right. Okay. Now, lift the sternum and start pushing the left shoulder to the right and the right shoulder to the left. If you feel like it, lift your right arm up. 3 breaths. Keep the legs active. And come back up. The legs are really important. If you lose the stability on your legs, then it's going to be a nightmare. So focus on the legs. The feet are pushing down toward the ground. The thighs are active, are strong, are there, present. Let's go on the other side. Left leg forward, right leg back. Focus on your legs. So start pushing your big toes down. Keep your thighs active, strong. Hands on the waist, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, tilt your hip forward. While your chest is parallel to the ground, put your right hand over the block with the fingers pointing to the left. Now, still keeping the legs really active. Move the right shoulder to the left and left shoulder to the right. Keep the legs active. Don't forget the legs. And if you feel like it, lift your left arm up. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back up. Okay. Now we go step forward. Would have loved to do it in 2 or 3 steps forward, but we cannot. We don't have time, as usual. So we're gonna go straight to the point. It's gonna be hard, but you are amazing, so you can do it. There's no excuse. So we're gonna still use the blocks. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. The idea is to start exactly like we did before, but toward the middle of the mat. If you want to, you can also put the other block on the other side of your right feet, in case you will need a bit of support, because we're gonna do, actually, since we're gonna go straight to the point, I'm gonna just do one movement before. Put the 2 blocks forward compared to your feet. So the hips is right over your feet and the blocks are right under your shoulders. Okay. Keep the 2 feet together. Touching. Okay. Now, move the sternum forward and the shoulder blades back. Lean on the left leg and lift the right leg. We already did that several times. Focus on not twisting the hips. So keep the hip as much as you can parallel to the ground. And now change. Right leg down, lean on the right leg, lift the left leg, still keeping the hip as much as you can straight and parallel to the ground. Okay, and down. Now, I think that you can imagine what we're gonna do. So, the idea is to put the right block right under your face. Lean on the left leg, lift the right leg, and roll the right leg inward to keep the hips squared. Now, move the right shoulder to the left, and on the meantime, lift the left arm up. 3 breaths. Yes, exactly. And at the end of the third, down. You see, you didn't need all those pauses in between. You could do it. And on the other side. So now, move the left block right under your face. Lean on the right leg. Lift the left leg. Okay. Roll the left leg gently inward. And now, move the left shoulder to the right. And gently lift your arms up. Okay, finding a drishti is easier, as usual. Stay there, and back. Good. You see, you are amazing. You do. Go down. And take everything you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. Since we did some twisting, I don't think that you're gonna feel a lot on your lumbar spine, but in case, you can always put a lumbar bolster under your knees in order to support your legs. Roll the arms outwards, slide the shoulder blades over the waist and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders. Allow your body to relax. Allow your mind to relax. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant a mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Bhurvuvah swaha Tatsaviturvarenyaham Bargo devasya dhimahi Diyo yonat prachodayat Om Bhurvuvah swaha Tatsaviturvarenyaham Bargo devasya dhimahi Diyo yonat prachodayat Om Bhurvuvah swaha Tatsaviturvarenyaham Bargo devasya dhimahi Diyo yonat prachodayat. Slowly, start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. One more time. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Put your hands in Anana Mudra or Chin Mudra, whichever is more comfortable for you. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your face soft, throat, shoulders, belly soft. Inhale deeply. Get your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.